guys, and welcome to another Guild Ball Informer video. You are joined today by me, Chris, and my good friend here,
Ben
Redmond. So we are currently covering for Jay, who is gallivanting around in America somewhere at Adepticon. So I'm very jealous. I've been seeing some of the pictures come through on Twitter and Facebook today, and the sneaky message from him saying that he's not here. So Ben has kindly joined me for tonight. This is kind of a bit of a, it's going to come out as a Hayes hobby blog. So it's going to be a bit of a discussion on an announcement for Ben's tournament, which we'll talk about in a second. And then we're going to move on and have a quick discussion about the Messengers Guild, which again is one of Ben's babies. So you may have heard Ben on WCWW podcast talking about the rankings, so we won't go into the rankings in a great amount of detail, but this is Rankings Redmond, the man behind, the brains behind the rankings. I'm calling them the official, unofficial rankings.
Official, unofficial.
The official,
just
unofficial.
Fully unofficial.
Just because they are technically unofficial, but they are the only ones in existence that people are using. So
the one and only.
The one and only. So we'll not talk about the rankings as such. Go and listen to that. Do you know what episode it was? You remember? One of the 19, one of the latest episodes. WCW.
Fairly recent, wasn't it? Was it last but one, I think?
So go and listen to that. And you have also featured on Hot Gates Gaming in one of the Abattoir Way games.
I have, yes.
So
yes. I took an experimental butchers list with all the one influence people in one team, and didn't do very well.
So go and check them if you want to see more of Ben. But today we are here. You've recently announced the UK Masters.
Yes, indeed.
So do you want to divulge a little bit more?
Yeah. So what I've got is on the 9th and 10th of July at Sanctuary Gaming Centre, which is just outside Nottingham near Mansfield. So a nice kind of central location for the country. Hopefully we'll get all the kind of usual people that we see regularly at the Norman tournaments, and all those Southerners who whinge at the fact that we're all up in the rankings and they're not. So although they're changing now and they're catching up, which is good to see. And I always said it would happen.
It will definitely,
in the early
yes.
days. At the end of May, there will be 1 year's worth of data in the rankings from the first Guild Ball tournament that we had at Games Expo last year.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is, at the end of that period, when we've had a year, I'm going to take a snapshot of the rankings at that point, and we're going to work out who are not necessarily the best 16 overall, but we're going to try and get a good mix of the best players in the country, whether that's the best overall or the best with a particular guild. So we get all of the guilds represented.
Great. So how is that going to be determined? Who's going to do that picking?
It's going to be an invite system based on the position that the players have got in the rankings.
So it's all going to be based on your current, which is why we mentioned at the start, your current ranking system.
Yep.
So where can people see that?
That's on my website, which is www.theblackorifice.co.uk.
And I've been told that that's a technical IT name. It's not some underhand. Without people typing, make sure you put black as well and not something else. When you're typing it in Google.
That's the IT thing is actually the back orifice.
Oh, I see.
And we kind of copied that a bit, because when we started it, it's me and a friend of mine, Nigel, and we write role-playing stuff together. And we were kind of fed up with writing professionally and just wanted to write whatever stuff we wanted to do, and not have to bother about getting it to the sort of standard that it's ready for publish. Just write it, stick it up, and tell people, there's some ideas, go and do what you want with them, rather than do anything particularly well edited or anything like that. Just because we were doing it as a hobby. And we give it away for free, and it was a mixture of two things, really. Firstly, orifice means hole, black hole, science fiction. That fits with the kind of gaming thing. But then also there is a series of back office software that is a free open source software system called the Back Orifice, which is even ruder than ours.
So you've tied them all together.
So that's where the name comes from anyway.
So if you want to check out the rankings, have a look on the Black Orifice on the interwebs, and you can find them there. So as I understand it, is it the top? So each on the ranking system, each guild is represented. Each person when they attend a tournament, they say what guild they're representing, and then the top of 8. So we're excluding hunters. For now.
Excluding hunters for now, because even by the time we get to May, they might have some results in there for
not a year's
for the hunters. But it won't be a kind of a fair. And it could be one person picks them up, gets them painted really quickly, and is lucky enough to get to 4 tournaments, because that's the way the ranking system works. It's capped at your best 4 results, and they're the only person in the country who's got 4 results.
So
they might have been terrible with those results, but they get this invite. So it's the best. It's the highest ranked player with the best
guild.
4 results for just each of those 8 guilds.
So that's 8 players sorted.
So that's 8 players, and then there's going to be the best 7 players overall.
Okay.
And then there's going to be 1 place.
So presumably they will then be. So it just filters down. So you'll pick the top 7 players, but if they're already selected from the guild.
Yeah, it's on an invite system. So if I'm calling the invites for the players who are top with a guild master invite.
Okay.
And if you accept a guild master invite, you have to play that guild
on the day.
Oh,
I see. So you could receive 2 invites. And you can choose whether you want to go as that guild.
It goes in order. So I mean, you'll see what the snapshot is of where you are in the individual rankings. So you'll know whether you've got a choice of an open invite or a thingy or a guildmaster invite if you're up at the top of the table.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're lower down, you might want to make sure you take that guild invite, because you might not necessarily get the overall invite.
And then there's 1 spare.
And that's where the Saturday comes in. So that tournament we've just been talking about, this invitational 16 players that are hopefully some of the best players in the country.
Yeah.
And getting them all together and have a real kind of prestigious bragging rights sort of thing. And that's going to be on Sunday the 10th.
Okay.
On Saturday the 9th, we've got like a warm-up event for it, which is a kind of a standard 32 player, hopefully sanctioned Guild Ball tournament.
At the same place?
At the same place the day before. So if people are travelling, booking in, there's a travelling fairly nearby. I looked the other night, it was £42 a night or something like that. So, so anyway, you can come and come on the Saturday. Anybody can come. Tickets will be going on sale tomorrow as I record this at noon, so I don't know if this will be out before then or not.
Probably not,
no.
So
right.
the date will have passed, so 1st of April.
Yeah, so but hopefully there'll still be some tickets. But on the 1st of April from 12 noon I'm going to open ticket sales, and that will be just by sending the money to my PayPal account, which is Malladin malladin@googlemail.com.
So I will put all of these in the comments of the video, guys. So if you want to have a look at the details for this, to pay Ben to book on that.
Yeah.
And hopefully when this goes out, it will be live, so you'll be able to get on.
Yeah, it's £12.50 for the ticket, but that's £12.50 to me. So if you want to send it friends and family, it's £12.50. If you want to send it with the PayPal's built-in reassurances,
it's more than that.
Then it's going to be a little bit more, because I've got to cover the costs. I've got it written down here. I think it's something like £13.07 or something weird like that.
But be trusted, folks, and just send it friend and family.
Yeah.
It's fine, easier for everybody that way round. We all know where Ben lives. Well, we know where he frequents. So
Chris and Jay will break my knee.
Yeah. So your money's safe. So I have a few difficult questions then. So what happened? So is everybody that potentially will be at the Invitational on the Sunday entitled to play on Saturday as well if they want to?
Yeah, if they want to, they're perfectly entitled to play.
And what if one of those wins?
It's the slot for the winner of the Saturday event is actually, the way it's worded, it says it's the highest placed player
that isn't already going.
That isn't already there. So
and presumably the Saturday, so the draw's done in May, so we'll know. Yeah. Okay, great. So we've got the date sorted, we've got how to pay, we've got the location.
Yep.
Anything else we've missed?
Well, should I go through the invites thing? Because I think we touched on the invites and a little bit. So if I just kind of talk about a bit more detail how the invites are going to work. So I've got between May and July, so the entire month of June basically, to try and get the invites sorted. And they'll be going out in 2 waves. The first wave will be the Guildmaster invites, which will go to the top 1 player with each guild.
In that guild, yeah.
And they get the chance to accept or decline the invite. And if they accept, then they have to play that guild at the event. If they decline, it'll go to the next highest ranked person within the guild. And if you go on the website, you can click on the little icon for the individual guild, and you can see the standings of the individual players within there. But I have put a proviso on there that you have to be in the top 50 overall.
Yeah.
So if you go outside of the top 50 overall, then there won't be a guild master
for that
going
guild,
for that guild, and we'll just get more of the overall ones.
Okay.
And then the second wave is the overall open invites, and those open invites mean you can come and you can take whatever team that you want. So if the hunters come out and they're absolute work of filth, then
everybody.
Chris will be bringing those. So that's how I will probably end up with 6 or 7 hunters players there as well. And then after that we will have, hopefully, so we get 7 invites going out to the top 7 who haven't already accepted. Yeah. And as people decline those invites, because people won't be able to go, then it'll go down to the next on the list. So even if you're not on the list of the people who is initially going to be invited, but you're up there close, keep a track of things. I'll be posting everything to all of the various different places. So, Gilboa Informer on Facebook, the Gubs on Facebook. Yeah. I'll be posting them to my Twitter feed, which is at the Black Orifice. Yeah. I'll be putting it on my website, and there's a forum post on the Steamforge forums, and everything I do goes on all of those places. So keep an eye on the ball and see what's happening, and hopefully I'll be able to get in touch with you and offer you a place. If you're, as people decline, you might get in there. And then I've arranged with Jay, I don't know if he's mentioned this to you, but we are going to do, we've not set a date for it yet, maybe about a week before.
Yes, he has mentioned it.
Yeah, we're going to do a live draw, like for the FA Cup final.
With balls and everything.
With balls and everything. So the idea is that I'm going to sort out the players into 4 different pools.
Like seeding, yeah.
So that we start with the first round, there's a bit of seeding going on. And then after the first round, it'll be players from the top pool will play players from the bottom pool in the first round. Players from the second pool will play players from the third pool. 4 pools, 4 players in each pool for a 16-player event.
Sounds good.
So it'll sort it out so that you've got a good sort of spread to
kick it off with.
It off with a good sort of classic way for the tournament like that.
Sounds brilliant. Yeah, sounds good. So leading on to Vengeance in May. That will probably be a key tournament. That
will indeed, yeah.
The amount of ranking points that will be available for Vengeance, I have not worked it out, but it's going to be...
It's going to be, you can't work it out entirely until we get there, but it will be at least 700, because it's a 7-game tournament, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it starts at 700 points, and then we add an extra
X amount.
However many for the previous rating of the attendees.
Brilliant. So if that's whet your appetite, guys, keep posted here and get buying those tickets. I'm sure it will sell out super quick.
Hopefully.
So look on all the normal places for that. Get your money to Ben via PayPal, and hopefully we'll see you there.
Yes, hopefully.
So